Hey, how are you? I'm back again. I know. I was just here like 15 minutes ago talking about something else, but I've had a few people say, Michael, why are you doing all this content for women, but you're not doing any content for men? You're not trying to teach men things. And now partly that's just because my Facebook page has a lot more women on it than men, but I think there's actually a topic that is worth going into right here, right now. And that is the idea of how to compliment a woman. We're dealing with all this Weinstein effect stuff right now. We're dealing with all this stuff where, guys like Al Franken are actually quitting the Senate and people are getting kicked out of their jobs as CEOs and all this other kind of stuff because, and I think this is great personally, because finally women are being believed. It's not like all this stuff is new, by the way. It's not like rape and sexual harassment and grabbing girls' butts while they're taking pictures is a new thing. I've talked to many women who say they actually dread taking pictures with men most of the time because they're like, you know what? Somebody's going to try to grab my ass just by standing there, and I'm going to have to smile the entire time and pretend nothing's happening. But a lot of guys, especially older guys, are like, hey, Mike, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to even flirt with a girl these days? I tell her she's got a nice can or something like that. All of a sudden I'm doing sexual harassment. I'm just telling her she's got a nice can. What's the big deal? And they don't get it, right? Because again, these men in general, have been kind of taught this entitled attitude. They've been taught this idea that we as men with big hairy chests and big swinging penises are basically allowed to do whatever we want. And they're getting really freaked out these days because, oh my God, that power is being taken away. And so I just want to give a few quick tips on how to compliment a woman in a way that will not make you seem creepy, in a way that will not make you seem like you're, just trying to get into her pants, maybe. In a way that actually maybe makes it seem like you actually care about who she is as a person, not just as a body and a receptacle for your genitals, right? So the main thing is you can't just, men as men. I am a man. I'm a big testosterone-filled man. I love women. I find women very attractive. I stare at women on a regular basis and thoughts go through my head because, hey, you know what? Women are cool. But as a guy, you can't just go up and compliment women on their physical assets and expect that to go so well. If you just walk up and say, hey, Karen, you got a great set of tits, especially at work, you're going to get slapped across the face, I hope. Or if you're her boss, hopefully you'll get accused of sexual harassment at that point. You can't just say, I want to wear your ass as a hat. That will get you in trouble as well. The key really is women don't just want to be complimented on things they have no control over. My wife, who I very purposely don't share anything about her really with you, is a very, very beautiful woman. She's 6'1". She used to do some modeling once upon a time. People compliment her on how she looks all the time. And it means nothing to her. Even women who come up to her and say, oh my God, you are so beautiful. It means nothing to her. In fact, it actually kind of takes away from her in some way. Because she kind of feels like, wait, don't they realize there's more to me than just my body? There's more to me than just my face. There's more to me than just these things. And the guys over the years, like myself, who have managed to ensnare her into my manly wiles in some way, are men who saw beyond these things. Certainly when I met my wife, she's gorgeous. I was very attracted to her. She was very attracted to me. It's a wonderful thing. But I didn't walk up to her and say, oh my God, look at your body. Look at your sexual traits. What you need to do as a guy, if you want to learn how to be good with women in this way, is to learn to compliment women on things they have control over. Compliment them on things that they personally and actively did in some way. Now, that doesn't mean you can't talk about appearance in some way, but you don't just talk about, oh my God, I want to rub my face against your abs or blah, blah, blah. You say things like, wow, I really like your necklace. That's beautiful. Because what are you complimenting in that case when you compliment a woman's necklace? Right? You're complimenting her sense of style. You're complimenting the fact that she picked out that necklace. The fact that she is the person who said, hey, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it with the rest of my outfit in some way, and it's going to be a wonderful thing. Oh, wow, man, those glasses look great on you. They really kind of like the way the shape of them really does some wonderful things with your face. It makes you just look incredibly, brilliant, like, I don't know, like Tina Fey or something like that, right? Great shoes, whatever. Now, some guys might say, but Michael, that's kind of gay, right? Being able to pay attention to fashion and things like that. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what are you doing? Get over it, guys. Paying attention to detail and paying attention to things that women care about and complimenting things about women that women want to be complimented about is how you open the door for these things. The other thing is you need to want nothing when you do this. There's nothing more disgusting and off-putting than desperation. Every woman has had the experience of a guy going, oh my God, you are so pretty. And you can just see the desperate, seething, angry lust in their eyes in some way. The other thing you can compliment about women is not making it physical whatsoever. Oh my God. Did you know, guys, by the way, this is an amazing thing. It's only really coming out now. Women are people. Yes, I know. It's weird. It was news to me as well. I didn't understand it for the longest time. Women are actually people. Now imagine those times when you've actually complimented a guy, right? On the sports field, whatever it's going to be. Have you said, John, on the football field, your ass looked great. Oh my God. I mean, the gluteals were flexing. You were just running down the field so well. Great. What do you compliment him on? Nice catch. What do you compliment on? You did a great job at work. What do you compliment on? Man, you got a lot of talent about this, really. I mean, I've seen some people play this particular game, but you've played it really well. You compliment them as people, not as pieces of meat. You can say, hey, Sally, man, you're an amazing mother, right? You're just an amazing parent. I mean, I see you with your son, and I see the way that you just pay attention to him and how in tune you are and how you're training him to be the kind of man that you would want to be with, right? That's amazing to me. That is beautiful to me. That is a fantastic thing to me, right? You appreciate these things about them. You appreciate, wow, I've talked to a lot of people about this particular political thing. I'm not going to go into politics here, believe me. And wow, I mean, you've really got some insight about it. And yes, I mean, and once you've done that, once you've established that you see a woman as a person, as a real person, then and only then should you move forward into things like saying, wow, you are really beautiful. Now you can say, you look really beautiful today in that outfit, or wow, that outfit looks gorgeous on you, or things like that. But don't start with physical attributes, guys, especially not with strangers. The construction worker catcall thing doesn't really work in everyday life, though it is funny that a lot of women, as they get older and don't get those catcalls, are like, what happened? What's going on with me? But again, the main thing here is compliment a woman as a human being. And like Robert Greco is saying here as well, it applies to women as well. Now, I talk about this a lot in my program, Checks the Romance Back, which you can check out at checkstheromanceback.com. It's a cool program. Sold a lot of it over the years, helped a lot of people. But there's a thing in there called appreciation text that goes into this concept in more detail. But the key is, guys, women are people. Compliment them as people first. Stephen, you say it's unrealistic, and you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. People that are commenting, tell Stephen he's wrong. It will help him in the future. He'll do better with women because he'll see them as people. He'll compliment them as people. And then and only then, as you get into a deeper relationship, you create an actual friendship of some kind. They see you as something beyond a wolf trying to rip off her clothes. Then you can go further. You can say, wow, you're really beautiful. Wow, you have an amazing body. Things like that. But only when it's gotten to the point that's okay. Right? I mean, I tell my wife all the time, oh, honey, you have an amazing ass. And she likes it that I say that because we have a relationship. It's cool. It's good. It's wonderful. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to share it along, I would really, really appreciate it. Jeff Upson, negging is stupid, by the way. So just really quickly, I'll go into this. Jeff Upson here is asking about negging. And Jeff is negging is a concept where you insult women, basically, in order to make them feel bad about themselves. And when they feel bad about themselves, they will then want your approval in some way. And it's a thing that was developed by pickup artists as a way to get girls into bed. Now, if you want to so Jeff, if your only goal is to get women with extremely low self-esteem to feel bad about themselves enough to go to bed with you, that might work. There are girls and women that will work on in the short term. But if you want to be the kind of powerful man that women are attracted to, who doesn't have to neg women, who doesn't have to even go out and get women, who has a certain power to him where the women come to him and say, hey, wow, you're a powerful man who I want to be with. If you want to have women vying for your attention in some way, the way to do that is not to neg women. It's to want nothing in return and to give compliments, to make a woman feel good about herself. And you don't make a woman feel good about herself by complimenting her on things she has no control over. Right? I mean, someone compliments me on my hairy chest. It happens all the time, actually. It's nice to hear, but it's not like I chose to have a bunch of Italian and Lebanese genes going through me that make hair sprout out of my chest like a forest, right? So that's going to be all for today. If you want more, if you want to hear more of this kind of thing, I think I'm going to do a video in the future, maybe Monday, about consent. Right? Because a lot of guys, especially guys who are older, I was having a conversation with some mentors of mine, some friends of mine in their 60s. and they were talking about like, oh my God, I mean, how do you, this consent thing? Yes, you're supposed to ask a woman before you kiss her? What the hell? It's over, guys. It's all over. They're stupid, right? Consent can be very sexy. Getting consent can be very sexy if you do it right. I'm going to talk about that maybe over the weekend, maybe on Monday. Please do me a favor. Share this video if you think it's worth sharing. Tell people, the men who are here, that what I'm saying actually can work and does work if you do it right, and that they don't have to manipulate women into bed, and that if they actually try to get to know a woman as a person. By the way, guys, weird thing. Women like sex. I know it's weird. I know we're taught from a very young age that sex is a thing we take from women, we steal from them. It's wrong, especially when you get into your 30s and your 40s. Women like sex. And if you're a guy who can show a woman that having sex with you is a thing that she'll actually enjoy, that you're not going to slut shame her, that you're not going to make her feel bad about herself, that she's going to experience a lot of pleasure, then having sex with women is actually quite easy, especially when you're a little bit older. I know. It's fucking weird. Bye.